Hey, welcome to Night Combos. It's Lovey.
Welcome back. Hubby's here.
Hey, Hubby.
Hey, Lovey.
Hey, y'all. So, is Ken trapped by this web of manipulation, deceitfulness, and making excuses constantly for Gypsy? There are messages from allegedly an anonymous person, video clips, and so much more we need to look at. Let us know what you think after we listen to and look at everything. Real quick though, thank you so much to all of our channel members. You all mean so much to us. And thank you so very much to all of our subscribers. We are so appreciative of every single one of you.
Yes, we are.
And if you're not already, please consider subscribing, hitting the like button, hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of our videos. And please leave your thoughts and comments and opinions about everything that we look at and go over in the comment section down below. And we'll be conversating with you like always.
And also, we're planning to go live Tuesday.
Yes, this Tuesday evening, December 23rd, around 7 or 8 Eastern Standard Time. But we'll make a post about it before we do and have the time on it and everything. So make sure you're looking out for that. And we've seen where so many of you have been wishing us a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. So in case you don't make our live, we're talking about everything that's been going on lately and a few other things. We just want to go ahead and tell you now.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
And
yes.
Happy Holidays.
Yes, we truly, honestly hope that all of you have a very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Okay, so try to keep everything that we go over and kind of pack into the beginning here in mind as we go over everything else and listen to video clips and stuff. So Gypsy posted this, you can see at the top there, 3 days ago on Instagram. This is Christy's house and Christy's Christmas tree with the white stockings that we saw last year. And it says Gypsy Rose Insta, my parents' tree is literally the perfect example of Christmas goals. And here's another picture of the presents. So we know a lot of people are wondering, where is Ken? So we were wondering the same thing several days ago. So we held on to a couple pieces of information because we knew it would come back up, but we'll get to that in just a second. But we wanted to show you this. And then right before we started to record this video, we saw that Gypsy had posted this on her Instagram page, on her stories on Instagram, which is an ornament that she ordered and it came in the mail. And you can see that it says Gypsy on the girl's arm or the sleeve of her arm or whatever. And then Ken's name on the man's sleeve. And she even made him bald too. Look at that. I didn't notice that at first.
I didn't either.
Anyway, okay, so she ordered this and it came in the mail and she posted it a little bit ago. So all of this will make sense and kind of come together at the end, and you can draw your own conclusion, and then we'll tell you what our thoughts are. But remember this picture that Gypsy posted before the videos and everything started coming out, and she was showing people what her real hair looks like as it's been growing out? Then on December 18th, you can tell that she's sitting on the couch that's in her and Ken's apartment, or Ken's apartment, whichever. And she posted this, where she had a Halsey song playing in the background. Now when you make a post over on TikTok, it will let you slide this little thing, this little bar at the bottom, to wherever you want it to be on a song. You don't have to go with like just the beginning of the song or the middle of the song or the end of the song, so to speak. You can decide how long the song plays, and you can even choose which part of the song plays during your video. So that's what Gypsy did, and she chose this part of the song, and she chose these particular lyrics to mouth the words to, which people were literally telling her, "Oh my gosh, you have a beautiful voice," and all the, like, you could absolutely, we can't play it because of copyright, but like, you could absolutely tell Gypsy was not singing. It was just her moving her mouth to the words of the song. And the lyrics she was lip syncing to said, "I went through your phone, called all the girls in your DMs, and I took all them home. And I know it's been a while since the last time you heard from me. Growing into a savage, you can hear it in this verse, honey. Turns out it shows." And then it says, "'Cause it turns out it shows I sold 40 million copies of our breakup." So that right there kind of had us thinking a little bit. But then even more continued to happen. But look at her hair here. It looks like she's let her bangs continue to grow out. Yes, we can tell she's using a filter to change the color of her hair. We actually think the length of it is real though. What has Gypsy done other times when Ken has left her? She has cut her hair. In prison, it was with nail clippers and whatever else she could find. But with the picture we just had up on the screen, look how long her hair is on the sides. Like how long it's gotten right here and on the sides and stuff. And see how short her bangs were? So picture if she was to use gel or whatever and stand her bangs straight up. They wouldn't be as long as they were in the other picture where her hair is red and the sides of her hair have now been buzzed even shorter. Hopefully you can see the difference there, where her bangs have continued to grow out, but it seems like she took some buzzers or clippers or something and buzzed the sides of her hair, like above, right there above her ear. It looks like she buzzed this and then like stopped it about right there and left the rest of it longer. And we were looking at this and we were thinking, well, maybe this is a filter that she just has on her head, but it's not, because over here you can kind of see some of the brown hair right there. It almost looks like a shadow, but it's not. You can kind of see the brown hair right there where the red filter isn't covering her brown hair on the other side. So look at some of these comments under Gypsy's post from December 18th, where she had that filter on her hair to make it look red and to make her look like she had those lip piercings and things. This one person in particular, she was commenting with, and when we went back to get screenshots, she had erased her responses, of course. Not to mention, this guy Joe Velasquez has been commenting, not this guy, but a different guy named Joe Velasquez has been commenting to Gypsy on Instagram, telling her he would like another phone call from her and that he sent her and Aurora a Christmas present that was also kind of for Ken with a smiley face. And that was from her Instagram post where she was asking people, "Do you like my hair brunette or blonde more?" And he was saying how he liked her hair brunette better. But this person, Alessandro, said, "I love Halsey's music. OMG." Gypsy left this comment saying, "I love the song Without Me." And then Alessandro wrote some of the lyrics to it as a comment, and Gypsy's hearting it. So if we go on down, we see Alessandro again saying, "This filter is so queen." And Gypsy hearted that comment because we all know she loves to be called Queen. And then he said, "This ate." Other than this Alessandro guy, it's only the minions that are in the comments telling her how good she looks and she's fire and all that. But right here, Alessandro said, "Gypsy, can you accept my message request? I tried replying to your story and I think it didn't go through." Laughing face. Then look what we have right here. At Gypsy Rose Blanchard, and you see this comment was 1 day ago. The other ones we just shown were 2 days ago. And then the very first one was 3 days ago. So this guy has been commenting for the last 3 days on Gypsy's post. But in this comment, 1 day ago, he says, "At Gypsy Rose Blanchard, I couldn't reply to your comment for some reason. But babes, you're absolutely stunning and so beautiful. I'm really sorry you got dumped, my love. But you're glowing now, free from that toxic environment. Truly gorgeous." And then one of her main minions is up under that comment, putting fire emojis and the clapping hand emojis. So here's another little piece of evidence. So most of us know Gypsy was talking to this guy named Brian while she was still in prison, right? Well, this is the same Brian liking Gypsy's picture from the beach in Miami this past July. And there he is zoomed in so you can really tell it's the same guy. He let his hair grow out some, but it's the same exact guy. Then another little nugget of information that we found again on December 18th was Gypsy's post on her stories of an older picture of her and her dad when she first dyed her hair blonde. You can see it right down here. But on this picture, when she posted it, she wrote, "No matter who comes or goes in life, my family is my constant, my rock, always." So what would be the reason for all these posts? The Christmas ornament that just came in the mail that she probably ordered weeks back, maybe even a couple months ago, and then posting this picture of her and her dad saying, "No matter who comes or goes in life, my family is my constant."
Maybe Ken broke up with her?
Maybe so. It could be. So it seems like everything may have fell apart either on or right before the 18th of December. She was at her and Ken's apartment posting that picture of her hair with the red filter on it. Then later, she was at her dad's house and has been there ever since. Where she was and we know that she was at her dad's house later because she was taking pictures of their Christmas tree that same day, later that same day. And she's been there ever since. If you've seen the live that we posted of her last night, of her and Ivory Rose Grows Wild, you know, the one that allegedly stalked her on the show on Gypsy Rose Life After Lockup.
The
And
flip flopper?
yeah, the flip flopper for real. Yes, her who she claimed she was oh so afraid of on her show and had to call her PO up to get more time with Ken to say, "Hey, can Ken come pick me up early, an extra day early, since I'm being stalked and harassed and this girl's driving past my house blowing the horn?" You know, we kind of feel like that was all for show,
Yeah.
or for her to get extra time with Ken. It was absolutely ridiculous. But she had her in Christy and Rod's house, hanging out with her for a girls' night. They were even talking about facials they were gonna do and stuff. But that was again last night at Christy and Rod's house. Someone in the comments asked, are you at your dad and Christy's house?" And she said yes. And then Bree came up and Bree said, "Where's Christy and Rod, at the campsite?" And she said, "Yeah." After thinking about this part of a particular email, as well as everything else we're about to look at and have looked at, what would make anyone believe that Gypsy doesn't get off on doing this still to this day? You know, playing with as many men as she can get away with. Now, Gypsy knew how old she was by the time she went to prison. Matter of fact, we all know that she's always known how old she was. But in this email, she says in 2011 she was 18, 19 years old. No, ma'am. You were born in 1991. You would have been 20 years old that year. 1920. Anyway, for those of you who can't see it, this part of the email says, and this is Gypsy speaking to someone about going over events of her and Nick's text messages from the night of the crime. And then it goes down in this blue highlighted part to say, very few know that starting in 2011, when I was on my secret Facebook account, I met many men online and confessing my undying love to each and every one of them, saying things like, quote, "You are the love of my life." It made me think of that song, Many Men.
Yeah, me too. I was over here singing it in my head.
I figured it probably did. Okay, sorry. Sorry, y'all. We apologize. But, okay, so she was saying to many men, quote, "You are the love of my life." Gypsy says, I was 18, 19 years old and believed I was in love with each one. I would meet blank, Dan Gladwell being one of them, and the main target of my obsession after the night I ran away to be with him. However, just because I was infatuated with Dan did not stop me from flirting and even enticing other men online. I met someone as old as 50 plus years old. His name was Richard Keene from Missouri. My mother found his and my conversations on Facebook when she eventually caught me using Facebook on her laptop. She actually called him on the phone to threaten calling the police, claiming I was underage. He never spoke to me again. Well, what mom would want their 18, 19-year-old, even 20-year-old talking to a man that's 50 plus years old? Honestly, I mean, yes, you're an adult by then, but what mother honestly would want their 19, 20-year-old talking to a man who is 50 plus years old?
None.
Yeah, no good mother in their right mind would want anyone talking to their young daughter like that. Like we were saying, we started wondering several days ago, what's going on with Ken and Gypsy? We get there are some people who say, well, it's no one's business. Well, to that, we could also say they put their entire lives, personal lives, all over social media and national television. So, Gypsy, Ken, you're getting the attention you said you wanted. Okay, so let's hear from Ken real quick in this clip.
Well, let me ask you a question. Do you ever check her phone? Because Ryan said recently she still contacts him.
I don't, not bullshit.
You
That's
don't believe
bullshit.
that? Just
I know it's not true.
You know
I
that
know
for
it's
a
not true.
fact. For
Yeah.
a fact.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. All right.
Okay, what messages and when?
I don't know. That's what he said, that she still contacts him.
Okay, when?
I don't know. I'm not in his phone. This is something.
Okay, well, then don't come to the table with arguments if you don't have your, if you don't have anything to back up with.
Why would he lie?
I didn't ask about this. You brought it to the table. If you don't have the evidence to back it up, then don't speak on it. I mean, I don't think it's
Don't
true.
use your
Wow.
Let me ask you a question. Do you ever check her phone? Because Ryan said recently she still contacts him.
I don't, not bullshit.
You
That's
don't believe
bullshit.
that? Just
I know it's not true.
You know
I
that
know
for
it's
a
not true.
fact. For
Yeah.
a fact.
Yeah, I do.
Messages, Ken.
Okay. All right.
Okay, what messages and when?
I don't know. That's what he said, that she still contacts him.
Okay, when?
I don't know. I'm not in his phone. This is something.
Okay, well, then don't come to the table
Why
with
would
one
he
if you don't
lie?
have your
Why would he
if you don't have anything to back up with.
Why would he lie?
I didn't ask about this. You brought it to the table. If you don't have the evidence to back it up, then don't speak on it. I mean, I don't think it's
Don't
true.
use your PR.
It's like Ken still isn't wanting to accept it.
Nope.
And we're not saying for a fact that Gypsy is talking to Ryan again, but with everything we've already looked at, we know she's still talking to Brian. We know she's talking to this Joe Velasquez. I mean, and he's sending her a Christmas present and wants another phone call from her. You know, there's just so much to this. And then, Ken made the excuse of, well, she was talking to Ryan right after she gave birth because she was dealing with postpartum and she was trying to get him to take a paternity test. And then what was the excuse of her, talking to him and texting with him at Jazz Fest and then posting that apology video crying to Ryan? It's wild. She's also still, speaking of Ryan, she's also still talking to the Brian guy that she dated in prison. So come on, Ken, use your brain at this point. I mean, real quick, hubby, honestly, if you had so many people, all these people coming to you every time you joined a live, for example, like Ken jumps in different people's lives all the time. But I'm talking about lives on TikTok or Instagram or YouTube. And they were constantly telling you, oh, Lovey is, talking to these other guys, or she's, texting or calling or whatever with these other guys. What would you do? Or would you just holler BS?
I would come talk to you about it.
Okay, and then after you talk to me about it and I tell you no, of course not, I'm not talking to anyone, then what would you do if they continue to actually show you proof of me talking to other guys?
I'd probably leave.
This is just funny because this never happened. But I really want a guy's perspective on it. So you would talk to me and then you would just leave.
Yeah.
You wouldn't go through my phone.
I might do that first. Maybe.
I'm just wondering because they were asking Ken, have you gone through her phone? And he's like, no, but I know for a fact she hasn't talked to Ryan. How do you know for a fact then?
But if you was hiding something, you wouldn't want me to go through your phone.
You're right, but you also know that my phone stays unlocked all the time where you can pick it up anytime you want to, so.
Yeah, that's us.
Yeah, but okay, I get what you're saying, in the scenario that, Ken is in.
Right.
Yeah. So Gypsy probably does try to hide her phone or delete messages, or she probably does something like what we're fixing to show you and talk about. So we came across that and held on to it because we knew with Gypsy it would definitely come up again. And here we are. Now, Sheena, Big Mouth Sheena, who wants to be Bree 2.0, who claims that she never posts anything for Gypsy or on Gypsy's behalf when she was telling Perez Hilton that, which we've also posted on our channel. If you haven't seen the minions, talking to Perez Hilton, you can go to our channel and watch that. Everything that Bree said and everything that Sheena said when Sheena tried to contact Perez Hilton to talk to him. It's absolutely ridiculous. But these messages right here, they're text messages that someone sent sent to her. Okay, it says, thinking of you and hoping you are all right, dot, dot, dot. And then in the teal color, it says, you have the wrong number. And then this other person in dark gray, which is supposed to be Ryan. Sheena is claiming that it's Ryan. And she wrote on these posts, Cook's lies, Ryan, explain this. So she's saying the person in gray or dark black, whatever you want to call that color, is Ryan. And Ryan's saying, I bet, just letting you know that you have the number of the prettiest girl that I have ever seen, dot, 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 ever. So cherish your number. And then the teal colored person says, oh, nice of you. Can I ask who this number was before? Because it's definitely a popular person, LOL. Lots of calls and text. And then in gray it says, you think that I'm going to believe this? Me, of all people? And here's the last set of text messages. And why this person would continue to text with Ryan or this person that they allegedly don't know, I don't know, because if someone texts my phone and I say, hey, you have the wrong number, then normally the person is like, oh, I'm sorry. Or if they did continue to keep on like this, I would be like, hey, I've done told you, you have the wrong number. Please stop texting me. And then, I would just block their number. Why would you continue to have a conversation with them? And also, the person in teal keeps saying LOL with everything. It all just seems a little fishy, a little funny, But they said, but allegedly Ryan said, me of all people. And then in teal it says, believe what, LOL? All you had to say was leave me alone and don't bother me. In our whole time together, you never once told me that. And then in teal, I'm not sure why everyone seems to think this is still Gypsy's number, but it's not. She must have changed her number and given it to select people. Now, why would this stranger say that? I'm sorry she hasn't reached out to you with her new number. I'm just curious if it's Gypsy Blanchard y'all are trying to reach. Sure, then why did you ask me whose number it was earlier if you already knew? And then, I know, it's absolutely ludicrous. It really is.
Yeah, it is.
And then the person in teal says, I have people calling and asking for Gypsy, so I knew the first name. Not many gypsies around, so I sort of put that together. And then the person in gray, who is allegedly Ryan, said, yeah. Now, when you listen to this that we screen recorded from Renelle Smith's channel, where she caught some of the minions sitting on Bree's live and talking about those very messages we just read, it really seems like something is up.
This very quickly. You know how Ken was on Nicole's live and Cooks was coming at him with, well, Ryan said him and Gypsy have recently talked. Well, Sheena has posted proof of otherwise on her page.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, which is so funny. Oh my God. I can't believe he literally was messaging her old. Isn't that crazy that somebody reached out and was like, somebody's texting me. The fact that he was like, yeah, right, not believing the girl. Oh my God. Well, you're the prettiest girl I ever did see.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, Gypsy changed her number and blocked him on social media a long time ago. Her and Ken made the decision together that they wanted to leave the past behind and move on. So he didn't realize she had changed her number because of the fact that she hasn't been.
Hey, did you happen to cover up that girl?
How about that?
I hope you did. Did you happen to cover up that girl?
Made the decision together that they wanted to leave the past behind and move on. So he didn't realize she had changed her number because of the fact that she hasn't been.
Hey, did you happen to cover up that girl?
How about that?
I hope you did. Did you happen to cover up that girl?
I took out any information, phone numbers, anything. His phone number.
I just hope nobody finds her and like tells her shit.
No, I took out her name. I took out her phone number and his phone number in there too.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
But anyways, go ahead. Sorry, I just was like, oh my God, I'm just doing that.
Because of the fact that she hasn't been contacting him, he didn't realize her number had been changed and was messaging her old number.
And he didn't believe the girl.
Yeah.
She was like, who is this? And he's like, yeah, right. Like, he's like, well, just know that you have the number of the prettiest girl I ever did know, or something like that.
Yeah. He was like, you're right. Just tell me if you don't want to talk to me. Just tell me if you don't want anything to do with me or whatever he said. And she was like, this dude is like not giving up. She said Gypsy obviously didn't want him to have her number, and he's not giving up.
Dude, it was so funny.
Hit me with that shit again, Cooks.
I mean, even Ryan said that. Well, Ryan said on Perez Live that he hasn't heard from her in a while, something like that, but he definitely been trying to get in touch with her, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. He didn't tell me that part of it.
Wasn't that recently? Pretty recently?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Promise I will get.
I don't know. Let us know what all of you think. But wasn't it really odd the way Bree was asking Sheena, oh, did you cover up that girl? Did you cover up that girl? Like, I hope no one finds out who she is.
Yes, that was very odd.
It really was, especially with everything else going on. Now, this clip came from Conspiracy, and this is what Ken had to say right as all the videos of Gypsy were starting to be released.
She posted this on her stories, which appears to be an AI-generated statement where she writes, I'm not proud of those videos. They were recorded during a period of extreme trauma and coercive control and emotional dependency. People in these dynamics often say and do things that don't reflect who they truly are. I am not the same person today. I've received treatment, therapy, and have done years of healing work. If you or someone you love is in a controlling or abusive relationship, help is available. You deserve safety and support. And she shares the domestic violence hotline number. I say that this appears to be AI generated because it looks like Gypsy forgot to remove the quotations at the end of support. Let's see what Ken had to say.
Think about the new folios and the videos coming out.
Well, I hope they all come out soon.
You're hopeful for them to come out?
Yeah, I want all of them.
Gypsy's not worried?
No, not at all. You know, I think that it's important for everyone to see everything.
So she posted.
We don't get why the Minions and Gypsy are trying so hard, it seems, to cover up that Gypsy and Ken are split up. After seeing all of this and going over it, as far as the messages, it seems to be faked. We don't trust anything coming from these minions or followers of Gypsy. Not with all the lies and contradictions they're always caught up in and tripping over. And as far as Gypsy and Ken, well, it seems like all of this might just have finally been enough for old Kenny Boy Knurker.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like Gypsy is staying with her dad and Christy because she is absolutely not a boss bee, as she has said, or that she is trying to claim that she is. She can't and doesn't have a clue on how to take care of herself because anytime something happens, she runs back to them. That's our opinions anyway. It seems Gypsy and Ken really are actually separated and splitting up time with Aurora, because on the live we posted last night that Gypsy and Ivory Rose Grows Wild, aka Woo Woo Bestie, were doing together, Ken nor Aurora were there. So is Gypsy still standing, still walking, and still rising, like this AI video of her that her followers, friends, minions, whatever you want to call them, made for her? And do you think Ken and Gypsy are still together after everything we just looked at and have heard and seen in the past few days. Again, remember, everything that we went over in this video have happened in the past few days since December 18th. Let us know all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below, and we'll be conversating with you like always. And again, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to
Yes,
all
Merry
of you.
Christmas and Happy Holidays.
To everyone, yes. And thank you so much to all of our channel members and to all of our subscribers. Thank you so very much for being a part of our family and channel here on YouTube. We've been on here a little over a year now, and we've gotten to know a lot of you and a lot of your stories and everything in that short amount of time, and so well. I guess we could say, like, we've gotten to know a lot of you so well, and we truly appreciate that. We appreciate the sensitive moments and stories and topics that you've shared with us. We will always hold that close, and we appreciate it. We honestly do. It means a lot to us that when I finally opened up about something, so many of you opened up to us as well. That meant so much to me. It honestly did. And I could tell it meant a lot to Hubby as well when he was reading through comments when all of that happened. But everything that we've been through this past year that you've all been a part of with us, we hold dear and appreciate. So thank you for being a part of that with us. And if you're not already, please consider subscribing, hitting the like button, sharing, hitting the notification bell so that you don't miss any of our videos and so that you don't miss our sorry, our post about the live on Tuesday. And we'll see you in the next one. Always remember, the best is yet to come. And we hope you have a good night and God bless.
Have a good night and God bless.
Bye.
Bye.